All right, so today I begin a new project. Our master bathroom has some problems. It's smells musty, smells even moldy. So it's time to get rid of it and start fresh. All right, this is the master bath, and it has nice looking shower, but we have a musty smell in here. And we had someone check it, and there's moisture in the floor. So we got to take it out and start fresh, get it all fixed. One of the big problems is there's no ceiling exhaust fan here. We just have a window. So we're going to put in an exhaust fan in here as well. But we had noticed we were getting a little bit of mold behind the toilet there. And the way it smells in here is not good. So this has got to come out, be treated, and put new. Also, just as a quick note, we had gotten this vanity from Lowe's. It's a nice looking vanity, but about a year after we had it, year and a few months, it developed a crack. And this is not the first one. The very first one we took out of the box already was cracked and broken, so we exchanged it. But it's discouraging that a year and a half into it, it cracked. First, we gotta take the shower door out. And that's pretty easy. Just lift it up off the track. I'll set it down. Hopefully don't break it. Then this top rail just comes right off. I'm gonna take these side rails off. Smells like mildew in here. The silicone down on the inside, which is good. And the bottom rail had a couple of screws right in here holding it, which I took out, put them over there. And now this rail should come up, and these ones should come out. Just gonna break the seal. And we'll start with that one right there. That other side. Some gloves on here. I want to try to save these rails. I might use them again, I'm not sure. It would be easier to cut the silicone with a blade, but I don't have my blade in here, so I'm just trying to twist it off. There we go. Okay, that's out. And this bottom rail should be able to break it free. Use this chisel. That's what I'm going to be using for bringing up the tiles, I believe. Okay. Oh wow, they put grout right in the middle. That's not good. Water's definitely getting in there. All right, I'm going to take all this stuff out of here. I'm going to take these rails off, and then we'll start pulling some tiles. And I got to take the shower head off and the fixture there, and yeah. By the way, since this has got most likely mold in under the tiles, as I'm doing this, I'm taking precautions. I've got a respirator that's for mold, goggles, of course gloves. I plasticed off the doorway here, and I've got a fan exhausting the air to create positive air blowing out, vacuum in this room. I'm going to go ahead and take off the shower head, the shower handle, the soap dispenser, and I'm going to take off the rails. Got a filter here. I'm going to take this off. I'll have to get a pair of pliers for that. Let's get an Allen wrench for the screw here that holds the handle on. Find the right size. Once that's off, then I can pull that off, and then I can take the screws out for the trim ring here. There we go. Seems to be a bit stiff. It's probably aluminum and the screw is steel. You know, water with aluminum and steel, it's not a good mixture because then it corrodes and it's hard to get apart. That screw is being a pain. I may have to hit it with some WD or something. Maybe not. I'll work it back and forth and see if I can break it free. Not very good. I'll just take off this trim item first and see if it gives me a little more room to move the Allen in. It doesn't move. That one's loose. Not even screwed in. Well, I can feel air coming through there since I got that fan blowing, sucking air. All right, let's see if we can get this thing off now. That's better. Got a little more room to turn the winch. A lot of the stuff's got to get replaced anyway. This shower control valve doesn't really shut the shower off clean. It still tends to want to drip. So it's probably going to get replaced as well. I hope the screw is turning and it's not just stripped out in the head. I'm starting to feel like it might be stripped out. That's not good. Yeah, that's not nice. Feels like it's stripped out inside there. Let's see if I can get it to move. I gotta be careful. I don't want to have a problem where this thing is going to leak and I have to turn the water off to the whole house. It's moving. Ah, good. Yeah, that's pretty well corroded inside there. You can see that. Okay. Take a peek at this. So we're just going to keep it off, and now I'm going to take off this guy. Same thing, it's got a set screw at the bottom. Just take that out, should come off. These guys don't have set screws on the bottom. The ring should pop right off. Get a screwdriver behind it and pop it off, and then there'll be screws. Okay, so I've got a pair of pliers and a little tiny screwdriver. A little tiny screwdriver is for the screw in the bottom of this. I thought it was an Allen, but it's a little tiny flathead. Uh-oh, that's pretty well on there. Okay, good, I got it loose. So you can kind of see that's the screw there, and the way it goes in. Let's see if I can get the focus. Yeah. All right, so there's that, and then there's a bracket that it mounts to on the wall, which is siliconed and then screwed. So I'm gonna take that off. But first, I'm gonna take the shower head off. I just needed the right tools for that. This here. Water filter. This actually worked out pretty good. This water filter, I don't remember what brand it is, but it's done well. Change this filter every 6 months, and that's good. All right. On take off the handrails here, and start with that one. The ring should just pop off on this outer ring. Some of them have a set screw, but there we go, pops off. Got a bunch of screws, a bunch of silicone. So the long one should probably screw into the wall for stability. Looks like they use some concrete screws for that. Yeah. Long screw. Longer than the other one. Not the same size. Okay. See how I have these. Yeah, obviously had drilled holes all the way through, and they got some, you can see way back in there. Maybe. Maybe not. There's that. Maybe you can see it. There's a threaded nut back there. Okay, I've got pretty much everything taken out. A couple of little shelves there and that spout, which I'm not going to take care of right now, but I have this chisel that is supposed to go on a tool that I don't have. First, I'm just going to start trying to take off a couple of these tiles here and work my way down and do the floor last. I've got the little hammer if I need to. I've got this other tool which I may need to use. We're going to find out. This is the first time I've done this, so we will see how it goes. that's not working out too good for a couple reasons. One is it's going to take forever. There's got to be a better way, and I'm going to do some checking on some things. The other thing is, on the other side of this wall is the kitchen, and we have some shelves. They're open shelves with pans and pots and spices on them, and my wife just told me that things are shaking and rattling and may fall off the shelves, so we moved some things, but I've got to figure out a better way. Okay, well, I'm going to try this rotary oscillating tool to see if I can remove the grout a little bit better. Maybe that will help. I'm going to try that. Well, that wore the tip down on this real quick. There were serrated teeth on this a few minutes ago. That's not the best tool. Maybe there's a better blade for this. Okay, got something more heavy duty to work on these tiles. This is a rotary drill or variable speed hammer drill, chipping drill. It's got lots of different names, but you can set it for hammer mode, like chiseling mode, and drilling hammer drill mode. So we're going to try this and see how it works. Yeah, I'd say that's working much better than it was before. Yeah, that's a lot quicker. I just knocked out all of that in, what, 5 minutes compared to the other. That was probably 30 minutes, so that's a much better result. Okay, so I finally got all the tiles down, and now I got a big mess. But this is that backer board stuff that goes behind tiles. That's this one's called bonder board, backer board, a 1/2 inch cement backer board for floor and wall tiles. So I got to pull this stuff down. I have poked some holes in the drywall behind here. You can see that I'm not sure if I've got to put up new drywall or if I've got to put something different after, but I'll cross that bridge when I get there. Anyway, so I've made some big progress, and now I'm going to take down this backer board stuff. Okay, I got all the backer board down. It was glued up to the brick wall here, all the way to the ceiling, to the floor. I'm still going to have to do the floor part right before the drain pan, and the drain pan, obviously. But I got all the backer board off. Backer board was the only thing there on that wall. So now we can see the pipes. And now I just got to pull a whole bunch of these staples out. A bunch of staples in the wall, which I've already pulled out a bunch along here. But I got to pull all these staples out to get them out of the way. And then we'll go from there. Okay, so I've been breaking up the shower. I already got the walls the other day, and today I'm doing the floor. And I don't know, maybe I could have maybe went too far. I don't know, you tell me. I mean, does this look right? I mean, I got right here, so I already did the walls, you can see, but breaking up the floor, here's the tile, okay, and then I broke it up here, and then I broke it up more. And I don't know, does that look right? I don't know. Just kidding. I'm supposed to go that far. That's news to me. If I'd have seen that right now without having to do any research, I would be freaking out. But no, apparently they do it in layers. Check it out on YouTube or whatever. We'll see how it works. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm done yet. I did hit a layer of hard. I'm not sure if this is actual concrete or this is just some more of that hard layer stuff. It's not real even, so I'm gonna work at it a little bit carefully. Yep, I do believe that's the bottom. I believe that's the concrete. It's pretty solid. I just poured some water down the drain. I had a sock in here to plug up to keep from crap getting in there. But I pulled the sock out, and then I just rinsed it to flush it out. Got some hair and stuff out of there. And put the sock back in. So I think we're ready for the next step. Interesting, there's a hole right here. Not sure if that was from when they poured this slab or if something happened after. I have to talk to some people and find out. There's another little hole over here. This one doesn't go all the way through. Got some staples to pull out. I think I'm probably gonna have to replace this bottom section of the wall. So we'll see. All right, there you go for today. I noticed something interesting. These two holes is from where the handrail was. It went over to here. And if you notice here that it looks like water had been leaking, getting in there and going down the board. So I'm gonna pull this piece of drywall out. Chances are it's pretty well ruined. So if I need to put new drywall there or backer board or whatever, I'm not really sure yet, but I want to pull that out and I want to look behind there and see what we got. Okay, finally got it all done. I got the wall ripped out, cleaned everything up, took all the nails and staples out, vacuumed it, and vacuumed this. I still got a little bit in there to pick up the vacuum, but it's looking pretty good. I was concerned because the whole problem, we were smelling like mildew and mold, and we had someone come and they checked and said that, you know, there was moisture in here. It's wet right now because I poured some water down. I pulled the sock out and poured water down just to flush it, and I spilled a little bit around the outside edges there. So I would say by the morning that'll probably be dry. But I don't see any mold or mildew, which is good. I'm really happy about that. I don't know, I'm gonna do a little more checking. This might be a little wet, I'm not sure, or moldy, I'm not sure. But I might have to do some more pulling stuff apart. Anyway, so far so good. I'll point out a couple of interesting things. In case you're wondering, the other side of this wall is our kitchen. And when I remodeled the kitchen a few years ago, we did not have gas, so we had a plumber come and put a gas line in for our stove. And then that is the electrical, so you can run electrical, you know, 240 or gas. And then I ended up putting in a few more outlets. But something interesting is that this wall right here, when we moved into this house, the kitchen was pretty bad shape. We ripped out the cabinets, and when we did that, we noticed that they at one time had a cockroach infestation because there was a lot of carcasses and eggs and all that stuff. Well, the kitchen is right here and the cupboards are right there. And there was a lot right in this corner. This is new drywall here. But I found that they were coming in from the electrical. This is the main electrical. On the other side of this wall here is the circuit breaker panel, and all the wiring comes into the house right here. So I spray foamed it from the electrical panel in, and it actually looks like it did a pretty good job. It sealed it up pretty well. And if you notice here, see all these little dots, kind of like black dots, and I believe that is cockroach poop, because this would have been an ideal place for them to come in. Obviously with the kitchen there and the wall here, would be warm and moisture if they wanted to get to it. But that looks like that was a place for them to hang out. That was probably their nest, and in the kitchen. So I'm glad we remodeled the kitchen and got that all cleaned out, got that sealed up, and I'm glad we're doing this now. Not sure I'll probably clean that or treat it or something before we put any wall on there. So, interesting facts, info.
What have I done? Well, that was a demo part of the shower. Onward to the next step. We'll see you later here on the Handyman channel.